Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this month's Design Team Hop project for TaylorMade Cards for You. On the first Saturday of each month, we have a hop featuring one of Monica Taylor from TaylorMade Cards for You digital kits. This month we are using Rust and Roses. Roses and Rust. I said the name backwards. And I have already kind of decided believe it or not, what I want my card to look like and have printed out all the images that I'm going to be cutting out and using for this project. Now this is just a general idea of what I think I want my card to look like. It's possible it's not going to, and I do want to do some popping up with foam and things like that. So I've already printed out all of the components that go on here, plus some roses, and added a little cut line around those to make it a little bit easier for my scan and cut to see. And I'm going to go ahead and get these cut out and get working on it. Now this one is somewhat of a simple card, probably because we have a hurricane coming. So on Saturday when you see this video, I may not have internet access, so I may or may not be in the chat with you guys, but I will do my best to be there for the premiere. So give me just a second, I'll get all of this cut out and we can start assembling this card. Okay, so like I mentioned, this is the general layout idea that I've got, but I have to do something else other than just layer the cardstock on. There's nothing wrong with that, but this is Halloween and I love to experiment and do more things at Halloween. So this is going to be kind of just my guide, and I've already got everything else already cut out. I pulled out some distress ink, some Foundry Waxes, and a bunch of these little guys that I haven't used from last year. Like I've got the Grit Paste Crypt from Halloween collection from last year, all the good things. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just start playing. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do on it. I do think at this point I'm probably going to back all the pieces in black because I think that would look really good. So kind of just to start, I'm going to lay this out and get a general idea of what this would look like if I just followed the plan from the beginning. So I've got my ribs and my phalanges and my poison sign. So that looks pretty good, but I do want to, I want to darken up the edges pretty much on everything. And I also cut out extras, so these extras can be used on another card, or I could add them to my planner maybe. I mean, Halloween month is coming up, and yes, I will leave in Halloween month, so it's the entire month of October. Although I kind of always want to start early too. So I've got some walnut stains, some vintage photos, some brushed corduroy, antique linen, and cracked pistachio. So also means since I've got two of them, and of course I can always print out more, I could always, if I decide I don't really like the way something looks, I can always go back and do the other one different. This poison label is pretty dark already, so you can't really add a whole lot. But I'm wondering, how would it look if I gave it a little bit of a patina look with some cracked pistachio? So I'm just going to add a little bit of green in. And I'm just doing a little bit at a time to just see what kind of effect it'll have, because I have no idea. I've also got all my scraps from where I cut everything out. So this is what cracked pistachio looks like, just a little bit on the edge there. So I'm going to add some of that into my poison label. You guys can't see it, but I do see that it does have a little bit of a greenish tint to it. I think I need a little bit more though. Okay, so that I think is going to look kind of cool. It does bring a little bit of a different color in with all of those browns and blacks. I don't want to bring in too much green into the rest of it though, because I do like the way that those look. So what I think I'm going to do, this one's got a lot of those browns from vintage photo-ish colors, so I'm going to bring in some more of that, I think. Just darken it up, especially along the cut lines of all of my edges. And bring some of it in to make it look like a really well-worn page, right? And what this piece is, in case you're wondering, what is that gray panel she has down on her table? This is a piece of Arranger Media Mat. And I just cut a small piece that was about card size, and that means I've got the rest of it to use for other things. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. And I think I want to do the same kind of thing with this one, but I want to use a different color. I think I'm going to use the walnut stain instead. It's a little bit darker, and I think I'm going to just kind of pounce it. Halloween is a perfect time to just experiment and see what you want. So now it kind of looks like I've got some grungy fingerprints over here. Maybe some dried blood, who knows? Okay, so that I think is good for that one. But I do still think that these each need to have that pop of black around the edges. I have not decided if I want to do anything additional. I think I do want to do something I have never done before. I'm going to use some brads, I think, to attach my poison label. This is just a bunch of little mini brads that I got from Michael's a while back on sale. I think they were on clearance, and I've never used them. So I just opened the package today. So let me go ahead and grab out another little brad here. And because I want it to kind of match everything, I think I'm going to also use some of the cool Foundry Waxes. I think statue's probably going to be the best bet. We go ahead and shake that up. And to make it so that I can actually hold on to these things, I'm going to just put them on a scrap of paper. Just stick them in here so that I can put some of the Foundry Wax on them specifically and not on everything else. I mean, I could go ahead and put them on my poison label, but I don't really want to get the Foundry Wax all over everything else. So since these are so tiny, I know I don't really need a lot, so I'm just going to put a little drop on each of those. I probably have too much on there, but I think it'll still do okay. Just means I'm going to wind up blowing some of it off onto my cardstock, and that's fine too. So now these look a little bit, you know, bronzish, so that's kind of cool. So I am going to put a little hole right down here at the end. Okay, and then try to line up one on the other end. Should be fairly easy because those little skull and crossbones on the ends. Okay. Put another hole there, and now I can put my little brads in. I am really thinking that these may be about all that I need to do, although I do want to add one of these flowers as well. To do that though, I think because it's not going to match everything else, it's got too much white, I need to add some ink to the edges there. Okay, so now I'm going to start putting things together. Let's just start off with the back and work our way forward. This one I think I'm going to lay down flat. So just add that on with my dot liner. This lacy pattern gives you a little texture for the background, even though it's going to be mostly covered. Now I'm going to add a thin layer of foam tape to this one. Stop recording. And I do want to make sure my moths are facing the right direction. Okay. Oh, that is too pretty. Now I'm going to go ahead and put one of my little bouquets on. And I think I'm going to just add it down at the bottom, and I'm just going to add it on with some liquid adhesive. So I'm just using some of my art glitter glue. One of the cool things with Halloween stuff is all of these things you would never think to use on a card the rest of the year, you can definitely do at Halloween. I love, love, love Halloween crafting. Okay, add some foam to my anatomy, and I think I'm going to have it add foam to about half of it so it overlaps the other piece. Okay, so that'll look good. Okay, and now we have our poison. think I do want it kind of offset right there. So I'm going to add some foam tape to one end. And I think I also want to put a little sliver of foam right underneath this edge here. And that's just because I don't want it to I want it to stay, you know, pretty much flush with the rest of it. Don't want it to be sagging there. There we go. And that's going to finish up this card. In order to be able to mail it out, you would either write on the inside with a white or vibrant colored gel pen, or you can put a piece of white cardstock on the inside, and that would be perfect. You guys have a wonderful day. Be sure to check out the rest of the hop to see some more inspirational projects using this kit, and have a wonderful day. Remember, if I can make it, you can too, and I will see you next time. Bye guys. Stop recording.